Morning. Haven't fully changed, but I woke up just feeling really strong. And like, I don't know. I don't know if this is the most flattering angle, but like I just feel good. That's it. That's it. I just can't flex because my arms hurt so much from Sunday's workout. But like, it's all, I'm starting to see it. I'm so excited. Good morning. I'll speak to you in a bit. Hello, you guys. It is 3 p.m. And I do mean, well, from there you can see it's 2:59. But it's 3 p.m. I didn't think I would take this long to say hi to you guys. I thought for sure by now I'd have been, I don't know, we would have chatted for a while by now. That's what I thought at least. But today has just gotten ahead of me, and I have just, even though I am feeling quite sore everywhere and kind of want to call it a day, I really did want to call it a day by midday. I still have had so much work and there's still so much to do. I kind of have been looking at my weeks as how much closer to my goals have I gotten with this week, from this week, and that could be financially. Like I've got a couple of goals this year, this year, a couple of financial goals that I'm just like seeing, like I'm getting there, but it still feels so far. But I know I'm getting there, but it feels like it's so far. And so last week I remember feeling like, I feel like I've made a dent and I'm getting closer to those goals. This week, I just wanted to be like, listen, we did great last week. We can sleep this week, right? No, we can't. The hustle must continue. Physically, I feel like I'm getting stronger to my goals every single week, except, and this is a big one. Yesterday, and I did talk about this in the last vlog that you hopefully have watched, but I did say that I went to CrossFit, and I did show you guys that I did that workout, and afterwards I tried to do deadlifts just to kind of see where I am with that, and I'm trying to get my pull-ups, and I was just so frustrated because I feel like I've been pretty consistent for the last 2 months. I've been consistent with the gym and working out, and in the last 3-4 weeks or so, maybe a little bit longer, I've noticed like I've definitely gotten better with my food. So why it's taken forever for me to get my pull-up or for me to get certain milestones in my workouts, it was really weighing me down. Like I actually felt, for the first time, I felt a little bit frustrated with myself and my body. But I know, bigger picture, that we're moving forward. It just feels like it's taking forever. In terms of well-being and everything, I feel like I'm making progress. But after a couple of weeks ago, when I realized that I was quickly approaching burnout and I was not taking time to just do those things that I know make me feel more relaxed, I know I could do better there. But we're coming, and that's not even what this video is about, but I do recognize that we're coming to the end of the month, and I just want to stop and take stock, really, and just look through my goals and like my vision board and things that I'd written down and wanted for myself, and see where I am with that, and if I'm still aligned, if I'm still on track, and if there's certain things that I need to change or pivot. For now though, I'm about to make a coffee because one, my dining table is an absolute mess, but this bag has been, it smells so good. Hi.
Hey, Shazzy's vlog. It's me. I'm here.
Wow, it is bright, but hello, good morning. It's 8 a.m. I've already had my workout, and Fatma and I are just about to go in and film some bits because today is create a good reel day.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed it's actually good. And we're just gonna try our best to get the shots. Even though I'm already like second guessing, and I'm like, will it come out the way I want, the way we've talked about? I don't know, but we're gonna try anyway. I'm at my gym, which is Momentum, and I had a class, and the trainer actually worked out with us. Trainers don't usually do that, like the coaches won't do that, but she was like, well, it's just you and me, so let's train together. Yeah, it was so good. All right, so here's to creating content.
Yeah. Gonna be a good day.
Yeah, wish us luck. I'm all dressed now. We got the shots at the gym, which is great. I'm trying to do a really fun reel, and it requires being in like multiple positions and spaces, and we're just trying to figure it out. But it also looks like it's going to have to be shot over a couple of days. Oh, maybe even more. But I just have to say I've been in such a weird mood this last couple of days. Maybe, yeah, these last few days. Like just extra moody, extra grumpy. I blame it on hormones and my period being around the corner. But, and then today especially, I just kind of felt like a heaviness or like extra stress because I started thinking about all the things that I want to do this year and the goals I've set for myself, financially especially. And I'm just starting to panic, you know, thinking about like, ooh, where should I be by now? Because, you know, we're kind of nearing the end of Q1, and I guess I'm just aware of how much further I need to go, and I'm questioning like, are these goals too big? I don't know. And then it's so funny because like yesterday I had a meeting in the morning, and the person I met with, one of my favorite things to end up talking about is like money and investments and wealth creation. And if ever the space feels safe enough to do that, sorry, lipstick check. At some point I realized when I was putting my lipstick that I had lipstick on my teeth, and then I realized I didn't check again. All right, I think we're good. But anyway, I was just saying like, you know, I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was just we were talking about like other stuff, like business, content type stuff. And we wound up talking about investments and things that we've done and all of that, which it's one of my favorite things to do, to kind of get into that space if I feel safe enough and comfortable enough with the person I was speaking to. And he was, first, it was just so inspiring hearing what he'd done at such a young age. But also I started talking about the things I want to do, and I was just like, rah! Like I left that meeting feeling like I'm about to kill it. I was gonna use other kinds of language just then, but I really left there feeling like I was on top of the world. I'm gonna kill it. I just need to be focused. And then this morning, I think I just had like a reality check, and I started to really think about what I want to do, and is it the right decision? Am I on the right track? Should I be pivoting or not? And I guess like ultimately what I want, which I guess is what everyone else wants, is to just know that they are financially secure and that they've got themselves covered. And I have a child to think of too, so it's not just even like what my dreams are and what kind of experiences I want for myself and what I want for my life, but how do I best support this little child up until they're old enough to go out into the world on their own. And I'm also very clear that I'm not trying, like my goal isn't to create this like crazy wealth that my child never has to work or worry about work. That's not my goal. I've never felt inclined to think about like generational wealth from that perspective. It's great, but what I really would love is to be able to give my family, like my little ones, the opportunity to just have access to things, to explore the world, to experience things, experience what they please, and the best education that I could possibly offer them, and for me as well, to kind of just live the best life I could live. I don't need to be, you know, last name Hilton or last name Winfrey. I don't need that kind of wealth. But yeah, so like just this morning, it was just like, oof, am I really on the right track? Is this the right thing? Is this what will bring me to the point where I've got like a decent amount of passive income coming in? I'm really talking about money. I'm really talking about money here, but bear with me. I also just want to break down that I will be taking a course, and I've kind of had a sneak peek to the course as well. So if you follow me on Instagram, then you would have seen me interviewing Rena Hicks. And in that session, she talked about a program called Investable, and it's a 5-week course, although you can take longer than 5 weeks if you need, or even shorter if you can, and you have access to it for the rest of your life. And what she does in that program is she gives you all the tools, tips, tricks, gems, everything that you would need to be better equipped when you're thinking of investing your money, whether that is in stock exchange, money markets, bonds, land, you name it. She really just starts you off so that if you are in a position where you've saved some money but you're just not sure where to start, that you're not at the mercy of someone else, that you kind of have an idea of where to start and how best to move forward for yourself. And the course is called Investable, like I just said. It's called Investable. It will be open for people to sign up and pay for their spots from the 25th, which is a Thursday, 25th, I think about lunchtime or 1 p.m. It will be open. And if you book it between the 25th and I believe the 30th, but I will give all the details in the description box. But if you book it within a certain time frame, then you get early bird tickets. And so it's only $200. But if you book after that, it becomes $250. I also want to say that this part of the video is sponsored by Investable, Africa's Pocket. I think it's because I have been taking the course and kind of trying to understand more about what are my values and where am I at now when it comes to my investments and just wealth in general. I wouldn't call it wealth. I guess it is wealth, but I'm not trying to, you know what I mean. And it's just got me thinking more and more about money. But also, I think even outside of that, like the last year has taught me, and I guess everyone else, how important it is to have passive income and to make sure that you set yourself up as much as possible to not have all your eggs in one basket. Can you imagine, like, if all I had going for me was that I was a host of this show on NTV, I don't know what I'd have done once the pandemic hit, because I don't have that hosting gig anymore. And where would I have been? And so I'm at that stage in my life where I really want to set myself up so I have a good amount of passive income coming in. In the video I did with Rena Hicks, which I'll link in the description box just in case you hadn't watched it, but in there, she says that her goal, was it in there or was it in the program? Oh my goodness, now I can't remember. And I don't want to tell you too much. No, it was in the program. It wasn't in that video. I don't think it was in the video we filmed. It's in the program, which they gave me early access to. But she talks about what her goal is, and I won't say what it is, just so that you can see it. You can get to learn more and kind of go through the program yourself. But she says what her goal is when it comes to passive income, and she put that figure out there. And I remember just like texting her immediately, like, quick one, Rena, was that like what you're aiming for or where you're at now? Yo, how I would love to be in a position where I had passive income coming in of like 300,000 by age 32. Wouldn't that be great? Woo! Nowhere near there. I was talking to another friend of mine recently, and she said how, I won't say names and I won't go into too much details, but her and her husband kind of set themselves up and saved, and she's like great at saving. She's on an extreme level of saving too. Like I would say she's on another level. But that because they made all those sacrifices, they just finished a construction, and by January had a tenant, and now have passive income of about 150,000 shillings. Passive income. If she doesn't go to work for the next 6 months, she will still have that coming in. And I think about where I am now and what I need to do, and I very much have to be present in all these different spheres of my life, all these different things that I do, in order for income to keep coming in. And I was like, I don't know. There was a time I was doing pretty well and I kind of had set myself up, but I think what I did was I started to put most of my money in assets, like long-term assets. Land, which if you're from Kenya, you would know that is something that we're drilled, that is drilled into us, that we need to invest in land, we need to invest in land, we need to invest in land. Whether or not that actually takes you somewhere or not, that's a whole other story. And I think that's for Rena to try and break down when we get into the course, and she's giving us like tidbits every week, because every week there'll be online sessions with her, and we get to, like, as a group, kind of discuss what that chapter was for that week, and ask her any questions. And I have a lot of questions for Rena, but you know, we're kind of drilled into thinking that we just need to buy land, and then you have all this like little pockets of land, and you've done your good, you know, you've done a decent job at land banking, and then you just kind of sit back and you think, but actually there's no cash flow. What am I doing? How do I make sure that school fees is paid when it needs to be paid, rent is paid when it needs to be paid, that I'm able to make my health insurance payments as they come, that I'm able to travel and relax and treat the people I love to nice little goodies here and there. How do you do that? And I've been rambling for now 12 minutes. I don't know if I'm going to include all of this, but that's really what's on my mind right now, and the conversations that I've been having, even in the last 24 hours, I've had this conversation about money with 3 different people, and I can tell that's really what I want. I just want to understand it and I want to grasp it, and I think a program or a course like Investable is a good place to start if you don't know where to start, if you have no clue what to do with money that you have saved. Also, I was trying to look at school fees the other day and I was like, wait a second, so this is what like year 3 school fees looks like. So if you had 2 kids, how much are you paying per term? If you have 3 kids, what are you giving the school per term? I could have just, said no to kids. No more kids. I'm okay with the 1. And if you don't have any, it's fine. Don't rush, okay? Don't rush. Dun, 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 dun. And Rena did say this part, she did for sure mention it in the video that we did, that she did the math and the calculations, and if she took her kids to like decent schools, not even like top of the range, those really expensive ones, but decent schools, from kindergarten to uni, it would cost about 20 million shillings per child. I'm okay with 1 child, but maybe I'm not really. I think the money thing is just what's guiding me, but also I'm okay with 1 child. I have rambled on for a long time, but that's really what's on my mind. Money, how to make sure that it grows, how to make sure it works for you, that even as I'm sitting here, that I know at the end of every month that there is a significant amount of income that comes in, whether or not I was creating content or consulting or being a brand or having brand partnerships or whatever, that I'm able to have that coming in. And I do have I have some ideas I want to share with you, or maybe not ideas, but I have something that I want to start sharing. I won't tease that because that's like a long way to go, but just know that I want to be very open and honest about my wealth creation journey with you guys, and maybe at some point we can sit down and I can share a project that I want to jump into, this project that's like stressing me out a little bit and I'm trying to figure out where do I begin? I'm definitely going to stop rambling now. What's your most delicious coffee? Iced coffee.
Ice. Mandarin mocha.
Yeah.
Is that good? Ooh, Belgian hot chocolate. Lotus Biscoff. Milkshake.
Milkshake, yeah. Those are new.
Fatma and I have had a bit of a rough morning, both shedding tears and then dusting ourselves off and getting back on track.
And having
Time to
coffee and
change.
cake.
Time to change the battery. My theory here is we're gonna be sad. At least let's be sad eating like really decadent things. Yeah, this is a Mandarin mocha, iced mocha for Fatma, and the Lotus Biscoff cheesecake is for me. Look at that beauty. I mean, oh, stop. Look at her. Look at her. I don't know if this is caramel or Biscoff sauce or syrup, or I'm not entirely sure what it is. Fatma is somewhere in this restaurant. Did I say where we are? We're at Barista Co. I can't believe I haven't actually said where we are. Yeah, Barista Co. And it's got such good vibes. Like, get to nice view, at least from where I'm sitting. This is my view. That's what I'm looking out into, and just trying to remind myself to be hopeful and that everything happens in its time and for a reason. Wow, because I'm here, my head just feels like big compared to yours, Fatma. Today has been such a weird day for the both of us for different reasons. Hasn't it? How it's like some parts have been a little bit heavy, and then other parts are like, okay, come on, this is nice and this is fun. And then, like, for me, I feel like any moment of silence I have to myself where I'm not working or doing something, then I'll just be like,
All your problems come flooding in.
yeah. But at the same time, like, our problems are not that major. Because yesterday we did have a moment where we were like, wow, Demi Lovato had it rough.
Yeah.
Have you guys if you've watched her tell-all series on YouTube, the first 2 episodes are out. What is it called? I can't remember, but if you search Demi Lovato,
Dancing with the Devil.
it was the name of the first episode, but I don't know if that's what the whole series is called, but you're right. So we watched that yesterday, and we, like, at some point I remember just thinking, I mean, it's one thing to kind of have everything together, but if you're not okay, you're just not okay, and everything just comes crashing down. Addiction is not. It's like it's a whole other beast to try and tame. But she seems to be doing well, which is great for her. And then another thing that we got into yesterday was, what is it called? Why women kill? Yeah. What is it? Why women kill?
Why women kill.
Patty had told me about it, and then Mundi told me about it. Ooh, sorry, I hope there's no fluff. Sorry, I'm just seeing fluff on the lens. Sorry. But Patty and Mundi told me about it, and I was like, oh, sis, I think we can watch this. I've heard some good things. It might be a little funny, but I don't know if it's gonna be like also thriller, like dark. It's good, huh?
It's a great show. Like, wow.
It's good.
We really enjoyed it. Like, we were binging. We started episode 1 and
Yeah.
we were like on episode 5.
Yeah. Are you on 5 too?
Yeah.
I'm on 5 too. And we started last night together. Yeah, we started last night together, but we've been watching it separately as well. Like, I'm just trying to do my makeup. I'm like, oh my god, what's happening now? It's so good. It's on Showmax. I would highly recommend. I was texting Karen as well. Like, you have to watch this show. You're gonna love it. It's so good. So it's like things like those. At least I know I'm gonna watch that this evening, and it'll make me feel it's okay. It's like a good distraction to all the other stresses that, you know, life brings you.
Yeah, we're talking about how we feel like millionaires. Like, I don't know why sometimes I look at my bank account and I'm like, honestly, I feel like a millionaire. Like,
But it's not adding up.
10,000 shillings.
Yeah.
Like 100 bob. But then reality kicks in and you're like, okay,
How much was in the account again?
yeah.
What are we doing again? Yeah. Wow, I've really come in close to you guys, but I wanted you to hear Fatma.
Yeah.
But yeah, money, huh? We've talked a lot about money with Fatma this last, like yesterday we did, today we did a little bit.
Yeah.
I told you guys, I try and talk about money as often as I can, just to understand where people are, or if I'm frustrated or stressed about something, I'll also just kind of start chatting, which I think is good, because often we don't have those conversations, and it's so taboo. Yeah, like you can't know how much your friends earn, and you can't know what investments they've made,
And even the honesty and the vulnerability in saying, I'm not doing so good right now.
yeah,
Like, can we split half and half?
yeah, split the bill,
We,
or I can't meet you, I can't.
and you buy me,
Yeah.
you know, vibes.
Like, sorry, I'm gonna eat and then I'll show up. That
Yeah.
type of thing. Yeah, we don't do it unless you're close. If you're really close, like I'll tell you if I'm like, I just can't afford that right now.
Yeah.
But in general, we are more focused on like putting up appearances and seeming a certain way. And I'm also very conscious of that on here. And I think sometimes I even stop and ask, like, wait, did I really do that because I wanted to do that, or is it because I feel like I'm expected to do that, to buy that, or like I ask myself that quite a bit. And I remember actually when I joined NTV and I was starting to feel like, ooh, okay, like I've got some like a constant salary coming in, and like I had some other gigs too, so I just felt like maybe it's time to upgrade the car, but I wasn't sure. And then one time I was driving out of Nation Center, and the watchman was like, gimana? No, we was trying to living with Essie. And I'm like, yeah, it's me. And she was like, and then he looks at my car and goes, oh, okay. And I was like, what does that mean? Did you just do a thing about, what does that mean? And I remember being like, I need to buy a new car, I need to buy a new car, I need to be at the level that people think I should be, okay? So I need to buy a new car, so as I'm walking around and driving around town, it's like, yeah, this is Sharon. And then I like, for a few months I was actually serious about searching for a car, until I stopped and I was like, wait, but does my car work? Yes. Is it cheap to run around and fuel and service and everything? Yes. Why the hell am I going to upgrade a car so that I can't afford when someone is like, oh, service imekuja 40,000? No. And 40 is like, some of these other cars, service is like a couple 100,000. What am I doing that for? So I can make other people feel comfortable in their idea of where I should be? No.
Expectations.
So, expectations. I mean, right now, do I need a new car? Because I just feel like we can't all, like we're just starting, it's starting to feel a little bit tight in the car. So that's a valid reason to upgrade.
Tweet I shared with you.
Which one?
You should show them that tweet I sent it to you in your private messages.
Where? What was the tweet? I don't want to talk about money any longer because I feel like all I've done is like, it's so stressful. And I also, in doing all of this, I recognize my privilege in that I have a home, I have the basics, but yeah, there's just other things that you'll worry about. And then other stresses, like maybe like family or things that are happening. You kind of just want to show up for family. I wish, do you kind of wish like you were a super open book and you could just say everything? Or are you just like, no.
Honestly, sometimes I wish I could. Because I feel like there's so many people on the same boat who want to like hear that message.
Yeah.
But it really takes a lot of vulnerability to open up to certain things.
And then also the internet isn't always a safe space. Not everybody on the internet is a safe space. So I get why people would want to safeguard that. But like moments like now, I kind of wish I could just spell out exactly what's stressing me and kind of paint the scope of things.
Yeah.
And I think maybe my issue here is I'm scared that I almost want to validate, like, no, like I have a reason to be frustrated. It's not, I am privileged, yes, but I have a reason to be frustrated. But I'm not really going to be so frustrated because, you know, there's other things that are bigger in the world that are happening. But maybe if you knew the extent of what's happening, you would be like, okay, I get it more. But that's not Red Punch Buggy. Did you play that game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chapters all the time.
Yeah. When you see a little Volkswagen and then you kind of punch someone as you see the color. Anyway, enough chatting and like complaining. It's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. We got this. And every day, like that's something that Sharon always says, even on her channel. Every day she does something to go after her dream. So even if things
I said that at the start of this vlog. You weren't even there. I was just like, I just feel like last week I moved forward in like my vision for my goal.
Yeah,
I said that. I was talking about, like, I look at it as like how close am I to like achieving what I want.
Yeah. So things will add up.
Things will add up.
Yeah.
Bye. I should end the vlog here actually. Now that all I've done is ramble on this vlog. But please, you guys, actually, yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I might wrap it up here because otherwise if you leave me to it when we go home, I'm just gonna be like, and also I was just thinking about. So what I'm gonna say is I will leave a link in the description box about Investable, which I need to fill you in on too. So if you want to access the course, you can take it there and learn and grow with me. I'll be taking the course too. I've already started, but I will start with everyone else. The course opens officially at the start of April. I will leave everything in the description box, all the little details, dates, amounts, links, everything that you need. I'll also leave Africa's Pocket and Rena Hicks's Instagram handles there so that you can check them out. If you have any other questions, you can check them out. And I will say goodbye here. And I wish you a really good rest of the week. And I hope that whatever you're doing makes you feel like you're moving one step closer to financial freedom or financial security. Or just happiness, really and truly, because that's all we want, right?
Yeah.
At the heart of it, it's not even just financial security.
Yeah.
It's like a calm and a peace.
Contentment.
And let me know what your money goals or money journey or money questions are. Like, where are you at? Like, are you at the level where your passive income is at 150, 300,000? I wish we could share things like, why am I getting aggressive? I don't know. But just let me know, okay? I wish we could share things like that. Because, yeah, I want to know. If I was to be honest about my passive income, like income if I just woke up, I slept for the next 6 months, I don't think it would reach 50,000 shillings a month on passive income. Like, I have to work to earn my money. Would it reach? Oh, maybe it would, and then a little bit more. But I'm a long way off, ladies and gents, and I want to get there, and I want us to get there together. Peace out.